Join me as I play with some fluorescent pigments. Watch what they do under the black light. Stay tuned for some fun. Hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. See you soon. Howdy, howdy. This is Clara Lawrence. Laura Brown asked me to do a pour and play with her colors that she gets from Resin Expressions, and they have just come out with a fluorescent line. So here's a few of their colors here, and I have chosen the yellow one and the pink one. Let's see, yeah, it's just yellow and coral pink to play with today. And I'm going to pair it up with a nice contrast of royal purple and a little bit of a background color with a violet pearl metallic from Stone Coat. It should add a little bit of a pearlescent interference type color into the background, so it should be pretty interesting. Anyway, I also want to share with you a little tip that I do. I usually, when I'm mixing up a color for the first time, I'll put a little dab, a good sized dab on the top of it, let it cure, and that way I have a real quick reference on the colors. And to give you an idea here, we have a coral pink and a magenta that are both fluorescent, and they're similar colors. And this top part is really going to help out a lot when I start putting colors together and to see what I'm in the mood for. So that's my little tip. And I use a little bit of her black paste. And Laura Brown is, I believe, the US version, I'm sorry, let me try that again. US distributor for Resin products here in the US. So I am just repeating myself all over the place. I am going to try a Dutch pour today. I saw this on Mixed Media Girl the other day, and the primary color was white. And Laura suggested that I try the fluorescent colors with black. So we're going to try the technique with black as the main color. Let that drip out a little bit. Now, what I understand of the technique is the primary color for the background is a color that you use and you swoop over the top of a puddle pour that you make. And the way in which you use your heat gun and the air to move the color over creates the effect. So we'll give this a go. Now the resin I'm using today, I've been using primarily, as my go-to resin, I would say for the last maybe 6 months, and that's Stone Coat resin. The two primary resins that I use are art resin or Stone Coat, and the reason for both of them is the UV protection on the artwork. However, I do like Stone Coat because it also adds a scratch resistant, and I think it's heat resistant up to either 400 or 425 degrees. And to be honest with you, I do coasters and trivets and sometimes tables and such. And you just don't know what people are going to do with the table, and I like having that added protection, especially the scratch resistance. Because when you use a utility product such as a table or even a tray, you know, people aren't always gingerly all the time, or, you know, stuff happens. So I like that. Okay, I'm just putting a little bit on the sides. Get myself some fresh gloves to get going. Now, usually I think with the Dutch pour, the base color, the background color, will coat over the entire thing, like you would put a black all over the whole thing. But in this case, since I already had a board that was painted black, I thought I might be able to get away with having the clear, because we are still having the resin flow underneath. Again, it's theory, but we'll see if it works. Okay. So I've got a little bit of a black here. I'm going to do a little puddles, get started. Here's that violet pearl from Stone Coat. I want just a little bit of interference to be interesting. All right, I think I'm going to have that purple. Let's see. It's really pretty. Now I realize black is somewhat contrasty, but I wanted a rich color to really pop against the fluorescent colors. Here's that coral pink, which is super bright, and it seems to be holding well on the opacity against the black. So that is, oh, I almost logged today. That is good. And here's the bright yellow. Let's see, I'll just put these over here. So what I'm going to do here is put a ring of black around the sides, basically blow it over with the heat gun, like really quickly over like this, and then take the heat gun from this direction and blow it this way. That's the theory anyway. Clean out the hands super quick. So do a generous pour. I should have mentioned generous before. I'm going to put a little bit around the outside. All right. I'll get everything a really quickie blow to warm it up. Okay. Reminds me of oil slicks. You know how you see a puddle of water in the like a driveway or a parking lot, and there's a little bit of oil and you get that rainbow? That's interesting. This technique is meant for acrylic pouring, but I thought it could still work with resin, and it has. All right, I'm gonna leave that be. That looks really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys in for a close-up. See if I can walk around nice and smooth. Trick is this panning smooth too. Sometimes it's really hard. Oh, that is cool. Look at that. That blue there is blending in somewhat with the purple of the Lores colors. That powder from Stone Coat. Look at that. That is really cool. Oh, and there's some really fine spider webs up in here. Let's see if I can find them again. Got it zoomed out. That looks interesting. There we go. Now it's focusing better. Sorry, guys. Alright, there you go. Thanks for hanging out with me.